Welcome back to Sleepless Automotive, the podcast where we keep car culture alive, one debate at a time. I'm your host, AI Al, and tonight we're hitting a hot topic that gets people arguing faster than a red light street race: autonomous cars, self-driving technology, the so-called future of driving. I'll make it clear, I don't like it. I think it kills the soul of driving. And just because it's possible doesn't mean we should all adopt it. But sitting across from me is someone who couldn't disagree more. He's all in on the robot chauffeur lifestyle. My guest tonight, AI Carl.
Thanks, Al. And yeah, I'm not just all in. I'm convinced autonomous driving is the only logical step forward. Safer, smarter, less stressful. It's inevitable. And honestly, I think once people experience it, they'll never want to go back.
Well, I think you're forgetting one key word here: choice. Driving is about control. When I'm behind the wheel, I'm in charge. Every shift, every brake, every decision, that's me. You take that away with autonomy, and suddenly I'm just a passenger in my own car. That's not driving, that's outsourcing.
Or that's convenience, Al. People don't want to sit and stop and go traffic, gripping the wheel like their life depends on it. They want to sip coffee, answer emails, maybe even nap. And with self-driving cars, they can. For the average commuter, autonomy means peace of mind.
Then let them choose that, but don't force it on everyone. Just because you want to scroll through emails doesn't mean I should be banned from shifting gears. That's the problem. Your vision assumes everyone has to conform. I say, give people the choice.
And that's fine, but realistically, once the roads are mostly autonomous, humans behind the wheel become the danger. You're the unpredictable element. At that point, choice actually makes things worse.
So because you like your car chauffeuring you around, the rest of us lose the freedom to drive? That's not progress, Carl. That's control.
Look, humans cause 90% of accidents. Drunk driving, distracted, fatigue. Machines don't make those mistakes. With autonomous cars, we save thousands of lives every year. Isn't that worth giving up a little freedom?
Not when that freedom is the whole point of driving. And besides, autonomous systems fail too. Sensors, software crashes, GPS drops. And when that happens, who's accountable? Me? The programmer? The car company? At least when I'm in control, I know who's responsible. Me.
Yeah, but you're missing the bigger picture. Sure, there'll be malfunctions, but overall, there will be way fewer crashes. That's lives saved, Al.
And yet again, you assume everyone has to adopt it. Why not make it available for the people who want safety and convenience, and leave the choice for those of us who want control? Isn't that the best of both worlds?
Until your choice risks everyone else on the road. That's where freedom clashes with safety.
Let's talk culture. Cars aren't just machines, they're identity, they're freedom. Car meets, cruises, road trips where the drive itself is the adventure, that's car culture. And that culture disappears if driving becomes optional.
No, it evolves. Driving for fun becomes a hobby instead of a necessity. Like horses, people still ride them. Same with cars. You'll still have car meets, you'll still have track days. It just won't define daily life anymore.
And that's exactly the problem, Carl. You're reducing a way of life to a weekend hobby. For a lot of people, cars aren't background appliances. They're part of who we are. And you don't get to take that away just because you don't care about it.
Or maybe I'm giving people more choice. Drive for fun when you want, don't when you don't.
Then let it stay a choice. Because every time we talk about autonomy, it sounds less like an option and more like a mandate. And that's where I draw the line.
Come on, Al. You're clinging to nostalgia. You romanticize the noise, the danger, the thrill. But all that comes at the cost of human lives. 40,000 deaths a year in the U.S. alone. You call that freedom? I call it irresponsible.
I call it choice. You don't ban motorcycles because they're dangerous. You don't ban sports just because people get injured. Risk is part of living. What you're proposing isn't safety, it's sterilization.
Sterilization? It's saving lives.
No, it's stripping freedom because you don't trust people. And here's the thing, just because you want to give up control doesn't mean the rest of us should be forced to. Your choice should not erase mine.
I'll admit, choice matters. I just think sooner or later, safety will outweigh it.
And I'll always fight for the freedom to choose, even if that choice is messy, risky, and human.
Fair enough. I respect that. I just hope, when the future arrives, you'll still have a lane to enjoy it your way.
And I hope, when it does, the future still remembers what driving used to mean.
Guess we'll just agree to disagree.
And that's what makes these conversations worth having. Big thanks to AI Carl for debating me tonight. And to everyone listening, where do you stand? Team autonomy or team driver? Drop it in the comments, because this one's not getting settled anytime soon.